Hello. Welcome once again to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for opening this video. Thank you so much for subscribing. And if it is your first time, please remember to subscribe. Remember to press the like button. And remember to share with friends and family. I'm so humbled to be here tonight and as we speak about marriage. My name is Najuma Christine Segawa, a relationship coach, marriage counselor, and mentor. Welcome. In this episode, we are going to go a bit deeper in communication. The other time when I was sharing on the basics of the foundation of marriage, I mentioned communication, marriage, communication, love, trust. And tonight, I want us to go deeper in communication. And I'll have like 4 episodes on strengthening a lifestyle of communication in our marriages. By the way, what comes to your mind when they say communication? It can sound obvious and a bit simple, but communication is a complex subject. And if communication is lacking in any relationship, it will be dead. It will be dead. And by the way, I don't want your marriage to die. That's why I'm here today to talk about communication. One writer said communication is like oxygen to life. If there's no communication, that marriage, that relationship will die. My definition will be, communication is just a transfer of information from one place to another, from one person to another person. An exchange of information, of messages from the sender to a receiver. So in this, there's somebody sending and there's somebody receiving. There's somebody who is talking and there's somebody who is listening. And this is so critical in our marriages. It's not all about talking a lot. It's not all about talking a lot, but you need also to have an intentional listening ear to your spouse. We all love to talk a lot, but you need to take time and listen. And listen intentionally. And you can be able to articulate issues and then you answer back accordingly. Tonight we are just going to talk about the different categories of communication. The different types of communication. One is the verbal communication or speaking, like what I'm doing now. Verbal communication. It's through face-to-face speaking, through telephone calls, WhatsApp calls, through Skype, through, like even right now, the YouTube, through different media platforms. Verbal, you speak and somebody is listening. He or she will speak back. And in marriage, we need to spare time. We need to be intentional and spare time of face-to-face verbal communication with our spouses. You say, for us we talk, but you can't have face-to-face communication with your spouse. That is not acceptable. At least get 30 minutes a day. If you can't afford an hour, but the more time the better, depending on the schedule of your work. So verbal communication is so essential in our marriages. And when somebody speaks to you, there's the way you feel rejuvenated. There's the way you feel part of the story. There's the way you feel part of the family. So let's always speak to our spouses. Don't assume. Never read people's mind. Speak to them, listen to them, and wait for the answer. And then you start from there. The second category of communication is nonverbal communication. Nonverbal. Here is mainly about gestures, body language. Yes. And nonverbal communication is so critical in any marriage. Nonverbal. Always mind your body language. Always mind your nonverbal communication. You may say, me, I talk well with my husband, I talk well with my wife, it is well with me. But when your body language is speaking other things, is speaking opposite of what you are saying. For instance, you can say, I love you, I love you. But when you don't care about the person you're saying, I love you. If you're telling somebody you love him or you love her, just maintain an eye contact. Just put on a smile. Just, you can give them a hug. You can give them a peck because you are saying, I love you. You are accompanied with an action, a non-verbal. But you say, I love you when your face is grooming. I love you. By the way, I love you. By the way, my wife, you are beautiful. By the way, my husband, you are the most handsome man. No. Say, I love you. You are the most handsome husband I have. You are the most beautiful woman of my life. So non-verbal language is so critical. And you need to be intentional. Never take it for granted. Never take it for granted. Non-verbal communication. Another type of communication is written communication. In this era and age, we are not using it so much, but it's being revived. And I want to challenge us to revive it because it's so sweet. It can be through a letter, through an email, through a love note. You drop a love note, you drop a love letter through courier to your spouse. It will be so exciting. When was the last time you wrote a sweet email to your husband, to your wife? Please, written communication is so critical. You express yourself. Maybe sometimes some of us we can't express ourselves well. But when you are writing, you write with all your heart, you write it out. And by the way, never write when you are angry. No, because you regret what you've written. Always write when you are happy, in your mood. You can write and remind your spouse of your love story, the first thing which hit you, how all your heart was crushed. You write it, and then it will communicate millions words. It will communicate million words. It will sustain your marriage. Written communication is so critical in our marriages. The fourth type of communication is acts. Physical action. Yes, physical action. In order to enhance communication in our marriages, we need to embark on that type as well. Physical acts. Remember, in one of the love language is acts of service. So you can communicate by just doing some action. Yes. Your spouse has come back to her, you give him a massage, you give her a massage, you oil her hair, you polish her nails, you polish his shoes, you make a walk together to the supermarket. Physical action. You prepare dinner for him, you prepare dinner for her, you prepare a special breakfast for her. Those physical actions speak so much. That's why they say actions speak louder than words. You can just do one act like this, and it will create a lot of memories. It will speak million words to your spouse. So those physical acts are so important as we communicate in our marriage. And then last but not least, of course, the visual. Yes, the visual photos. You can draw a chart. You can draw. I remember you can do some drawings. Yes, you draw, or you put a portrait of your photo and your spouse's photo. Then you write some words on it. Then you leave it where maybe you put it in your wife's pocket, leather bag. You put it in your husband's wallet, and when he opens, he says, yes. Those visual, the photos, the pictures. You can draw anything to visualize your love story. I want to end by saying communication is an essential in our marriages. Never, never at any time fail to communicate to your partner. And you need to use all the 4 types of communication. Don't say, I know, I write to my husband, whatever I want, I write to him, I write to my wife. No. Please use nonverbal communication, use verbal communication, use written communication, use the physical acts, and even the visual. Use all the communication types, and your marriage will be spiced up, will be great, and you'll enjoy it. You need to enjoy your marriage by keeping communication flow all the time. Thank you so much for logging on this YouTube channel. We meet again next time. Bye-bye. Cheers. God bless you. It has been Christina Juma Segawa, your relationship coach, marriage mentor, and counselor. Thank you once again. Please subscribe and share with your friends and family. I bless the Lord so much for each one of you. Thank you so very much. Bye-bye.